And you say that Putin has telegraphed, what his aims are and that he's not a thug. Well, look, I would like you to explain to me how he and us can justify the trumping up of this hysteria in the Crimea, which has given the Russians the ability to do what they're doing.
The extremism didn't come from Russia. It was coming from Western Ukraine.
Over the last several days, the United States has been responding to events as they unfold in Ukraine. Now, throughout this crisis, we have been very clear about one fundamental principle. The Ukrainian people deserve the opportunity to determine their own future.
You see, the war actually for Ukrainians, the war didn't start on February 24. The war started 8 years ago in Donbas region. Since then, around 16,000 people, Ukrainian young people, men and women, already died. So there was a kind of low-grade simmering war that Putin was keeping there. The talk started again that he's pulling a lot of new military into Ukrainian borders. I personally didn't take it seriously, so I didn't expect then, and I was totally shocked that when the full invasion started. We have relatives in Kyiv, which is central Ukraine, the capital. Some of my family, they spent nights in shelters. Basically almost every night, especially was really bad in Kyiv. They are in this extremely dangerous situation. So we know people, so some families, some friends that are fighting there. My sister is working as a volunteer, so she bakes nutritional bars for soldiers. She also is working to bring some medication for children, the orphans of the war and the refugees. A lot of children who are separated from parents, who are killed, who lost everything. And so that's another thing that my sister also is helping. There are children who comes to their house and she just gives shoes and clothes because they don't have anything. They lost everything. What changes for us that we have my nephew, 9 years old, and my niece, 7 years old, here with us. The reason they came here because they were so afraid, especially my niece, to go to shelters and all these sirens at night. And so she was crying, said, "Mommy, I don't want to die." And so that's why my sister decided to send them to United States. They walked 15 miles to Polish border on foot to reach the border. And so they went to Poland and then flew to Italy, and from Italy they flew by themselves to the United States. So now they enrolled in Thurston Elementary, and so they're going to school here, and so they live with us. So the life is different. It's like before and after. So this is an after. So we live in a different reality, and psychologically it's difficult. Not physically, but psychologically, it's difficult. So it's first thing in the morning, what I do, I read the news. Every 2 hours, I read the news because the news constantly changes. There are so many more civilians killed than the military personnel. Only just about over 500 Ukrainian soldiers were killed, but a civilian, it's in thousands. It's in thousands because the Russians are targeting civilians and children, schools, hospitals. It's horrifying and it's unthinkable. And what can you say? It's a crime, and they should answer in God. There is no word. There is no word. It was very scary in the first 2 weeks, especially of the war. Very scary. So it was just like something was holding me inside, and I was just, I just couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I couldn't concentrate. Right now, I'm more back to normal. And it's because I see the situation, I see the help, I see how Ukrainian people are fighting. And also I talk to my relatives, I talk to my cousin in Kyiv, and she is so optimistic. I call her and I'm in shelter right now. We organize some games, we organize plant flowers, and she's talking at the time the Russians are dropping bombs in Kyiv. So they were at that point more optimistic than we are. So that's how, we support each other. We talk to each other and analyzing the situation, I guess. And the most difficult is also to be here and not being able to do anything. So it just helped that we're trying to raise money, because I believe that money will help Ukraine. So not just post on Facebook or we're praying for you, we're thinking of you. I believe that money, financial help right now, that's what's going to change the outcome of the war. And so that's what I'm trying to do, at least. On May 9th, Biden signed land treaty, and that's what's going to decide the outcome of the war. And I believe that it just takes one person to change the outcome of the future of the whole world, I believe. I'm being optimistic. I'm being optimistic more than 2 months before. And I'm sure that the victory is coming. It's just the question when and how many life is going to be lost before it happens.